Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic informations for yourself to develop a very clear, strong spiritual foundation for yourself. So, when it comes to this meditation sessions, we mainly focus to have two kinds of mental developments. So one is called tranquility meditation, and another one called the insight meditation. So tranquility meditation, it called samatha bhavana or the chitta bhavana. So insight meditation called vipassana bhavana or panya bhavana. So developing tranquility meditation, it helps you to bring your mind to one point and develop the calmness, balance, and it will help you to have undisturbed mind. So once you develop this undisturbed mind, and from that level, you can develop the method of vipassana, analytical critical understanding. So when it comes to vipassana level, it is not you just focus to one thing and you are capable to see this entire process as one. So it is two different methods. Through the tranquility meditation, out of all, you take one and you focus to that. In vipassana method, you reverse the pattern and you take whole process and observe that whole process as one. So in that way, through the tranquility meditation, you develop the ability to see things as it is, because it is very necessary from the beginning. Why? Because most of time, out of our experience, we manipulate, we overwrite the information and we bringing our previous experience to this moment. So when you overwrite the very nature or the happening or the reality, you start to develop something else. So as a result of that, according to your point of view, you are not capable to see things as it is. So undisturbed mind means you slowly get out of your cankers or the mental formations, preconditioned mind, and allow that everything to happen itself. So that way you are capable to see this reality or the natural world and experience the world as it is. But it's not enough for us to get out of this all. It will help us to maintain things. So that's why in the Vipassana level, you go deeper into very fundamental level, to the very root level, and recognize how this all happened, how things come to be as they are. So when it comes to that, and as all of us know, every day we have a question, from where this all come? What is the beginning? How this happened? From where this start? Especially when it comes to the consciousness, or the life, or the soul, or the world. We have this question. So in Buddhism, there is another teaching, it's called cause and effect. So to get the answer for that kind of questions, you have to go into the depth and see and recognize this cause and effect. So when it comes to this cause and effect, one of the things that you have to understand, in this conventional life, as ordinary people, you will never, there's no way, you will never come to the point to understand the beginning point. You can't. So how it? Because that is the very nature of the mind. You know, so kind of like we have this, you know, this hand, you can see it, you know, and you can bend it to certain level, and you can bend to this side like this, but you can't bend to other side. You know, even you wish, you pray, you know, you can't bend it to other side. If you try to do it, you may break it. So then you have to accept you can't do it. See, that it's a physical, you know, that's a physical thing. It is even my hand, but still I can't do whatever I want. There are some limitations. So like that, one thing you have to understand, as ordinary person in this conventional life, with this, there's a way you can, with this conventional mind, you can see the beginning. The very reason for that, this is the thing, that when something happens, there are certain kind of formulas. So one is, because of one, many things can happen. Because of many things, one thing can happen. Because of many things can happen. So that is the formula that you have to remember. Out of one thing, many things can happen. And out of many things, one thing can happen. And out of many things can happen. So from this point, when you look back, what is the beginning? Why this happened like this? This is the reason. When it comes to the very Theravada tradition, without a reason, there is nothing going to happen. And then whatever the reason is not the result. The result is something and the reason is another thing. So that for the reason, maybe there is another result which we can't see. So just imagine this, if you keep this formula together, that you experience one thing, and behind that one thing, there are many reasons. So then you may see that this one thing, oh, this is, this is how this happened. But behind this, there are many things. And then you go into that, all the many things. And when you go into that many things and you recognize, so because that is the result, behind that many things, there are many things, many reasons. So like that, it tangle each other. And because of that, you can't come to a place to recognize, oh, this is the reason. But that doesn't mean there is no reason. There's no way, there's no any teachings that talk about without a reason things can happen. No, there is the reason. Or there are maybe many reasons. But the thing is, according to our mental capacity, we have no ability to recognize at once that all many reasons. Why? Because our mind already conditioned by thoughts. Our mind conditioned by ideas. Our mind conditioned by views. Our mind conditions by cankers or the mental formations or the habitual patterns. So then, with that whole package, rather than going to see something it is better, start to clean that all that, the patterns, the methods, the cankers, mental formations, that all the package that you carry within yourself. And once you clear it, so by the time you are capable to see and recognize this causation. And once you have that understanding, you are anymore not belong to this conventional mind. So that is the thing. So then always remember, through this meditation, in the beginning, what it does, it allows you to calm down and allow you to settle down and have this undisturbed mind. It is very necessary. So by the time, out of the vipassana level, you are capable to expand that your mental view and experience in even without kind of like a self-centered mind. Because when we always experience things and investigate things with the self-centered mind, we always going to have blind spots. That is the thing. We're always going to have blind spots. So the vipassana is a kind of like you get out of that old, your self-centered mind. That's mean you get out of all the blind spots. And then you are capable to see in larger scale how things come to be as they are. And when it comes to that, you are not going to be very limited to one person, one thing, or one event, or one place. So then you are not going to hold anything and start to ask the question, how this became? Because the thing is that whatever you take, just imagine this one. When you mean how this became like this, look, it out of many reasons. You can see and you can recognize and you can separate this. And then you take this one. How this became like this. Look, it's many parts. It came out of many properties. So you can separate it. So when you look this, everything, whatever you experience, this is the principle that you have to understand. There is nothing, even that heat, motion, liquidity, or the hardness, or that those are the very fundamental properties. Even when it comes to the physics, electron, neutron, protons. So any fundamental properties, there is no way it can exist itself independently. There's no way. It always comes with something. That is the thing. That is the, so then when anything appear with the help of other thing, how you can take anything separately and say how this happened? Because when you say, as example, human body, how the human body happened? Because it happened with the help of the many properties. So then what you mean by human body? It's already a bunch of other properties. So like that, because when your mind becomes very limited, you are not capable to go into deeper. So then when it comes to the mind the same. There is no any single thought can create action. There's no way. The greed, hatred, or the delusion, or the loving kindness, compassion, generosity, wisdom, or any thought, whatever any thought, that thought itself cannot do anything. That need another thought help to create action. Just imagine you want to eat something. So then that whatever the food that you see through your eye, it come to you. So your eye conscious recognize, oh, this is food. And then you have the intention to eat. Now what you need, so now that your thought process need to go and create the action. It is a different thought. For that you need the body. Anymore that eye consciousness, that doesn't work. Now you create a different thought. So it need to help. Your body now need to help. And maybe you have to walk, and maybe you have to get a plate, maybe you have to get a fork and knife. So those are different thoughts. See that even to happen one action, you need the help from many thoughts. Otherwise, just single thought can't do. So in the deeper level, that the greed, hatred, and the delusion, or the loving kindness, compassion, and the wisdom, those are the very fundamental, the major thoughts that it has power to accumulate other thoughts around it. So that is the important thing that you have to understand, because once you have the greed, it has power to bring all other things around it and handle, maintain. But greed itself can't do. On the surface level, in ordinary life, it can't do something without help from the another thought. So then, look, this entire nature the same. This entire universe. There is no any single property itself can do anything. To do something, it always needs the help from something. Look around at whatever you have. It always with something. So then when you say this one, so maybe you see the picture, but in that picture, there are many other properties. So maybe you look for, oh, how this picture arise like this, how this picture happened, from where this begin. But if you don't know about that other properties in that picture, you already have a misunderstanding. So this is what happens. So that's why through the meditation, it takes you deeper into your mind, because when it comes to you and me, to this human world, mind is the forerunner, mind is the chief, mind is the creator. So in that mind, without thoughts, there is nothing going to happen in the human world. And in that thoughts, behind that, there is always that when it comes to an action, in that action, behind that action, there is always intention. So that intention, it itself not going to come. Maybe intention can be a very new thing, but that new thing come as a result of something. So that is what happened when you go into deeper yourself. You can see that. To see that in the very first level, one of the major, the quality that you have to develop, learn to observe without reacting. Because when you are in that reactive nature, you can't see what is happening. So that's why you come to the point to observe. And when you observe, you recognize. So when you observe, if you come to the very moment of reality and you get a very present moment of mental object, then you always going to be in the moment. So that's why we take the inhalation, exhalation. Because if you start to go, how this happened, then you start to disconnect from the reality and start to go towards the past. So your past means you start to depend from your mental formations. So when it comes to the future, or how that can happen, so that's mean again something. But in the present moment, what you experience, if you come to the moment, oh, how this happened, so what do you mean by this? Then you have to question that. And keep question, and then break it down. What is this? Break it down to pieces. And then you will see that whatever you mean, it came out of many things. So like that, to understand, it is, you can understand it. But the thing is, what you have to know, in this condition, we can't understand it. So that's why you have to have a different kind of lens, different kind of mindset, different kind of like a mental quality yourself to see that. So vipassana means developing that lens. And then once it comes to that, the very important thing is you start to release this idea of self-centered I am, me, my, I am. So these kind of things. And once you come out of that, there are a lot of things change. There are a lot of things released from you. There are a lot of things detached from you. That separation is very necessary to move forward. So that's why practicing meditation, giving you the opportunity to separate. That separation is not this physical separation, that mentally, yourself, from your own ideas, cankers, mental formations, sometimes you have to separate. You have to divorce. You have to release. You have to be free to see beyond this point. So when it comes to primary mental object, just settle down yourself and develop the calmness, tranquility state, and get out of this idea of gaining, visualizing or dreaming. Just experience the moment and see in this very moment what is happening within you, in this body, head to toes. It is not your wish. It is not your conscious action. It is not what you ask. It is not what you like or don't like. It is just happening. And when it happens, if you look very carefully, there is a reason behind it. Maybe that reason is not same like the action. It is completely different reason, but out of that, this action happened. So as example, inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation not happen because of the inhalation. Inhalations happen because of something else. And the exhalations happen not because of the exhalation. Exhalation happened because of something. It's completely different reason. So like that, little by little, moment by moment, with this experience, reverse your recognition a little bit and go deeper into see what you can experience. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck, get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. And scan head to toes yourself and say Suvapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.